Okay, coming at you just before just before Christmas. I'm introducing Spencer first to the Cojito. So what do we got to talk about?
This is Cojito because my name is Namor.
Namor.
So,
No, this is a Puerto Rican. The Cojito.
What Puerto Rican did you get this from?
Bacardi. It's a rum thing that usually...
What did you have to do to the Puerto Rican to get this creamy white substance?
You don't want to know. It's because you didn't bring me the BBD. You said you were going to bring me the BBD.
I was going to, but
we're going to have a future episode of the BBD.
Yes. Look forward to the BBD. What is the BBD?
Think about the
Do
BBD.
you have the BBD?
Do you want the BBD?
Can you take the BBD?
His wife came back on holiday with 3 of them.
Ooh. Well, that's good. Well, that's dangerous.
I know Wendy's not going to like it because it's got coconut. But I don't know if Katie wants to try some.
Yeah. One moment, please.
As he's doing that, we've got 7-layer stout. It's a milk stout. 5.5%. From the Boagens Beer Company. I'm trying to find an area where they're from. Oh, it's an award winner. Longwood, Florida. 7-layer stout. So it's going to be a dark beer. Oh, just shot a mess all over the counter.
It's good. What?
That didn't kill me like you tried to kill me in Mexico.
Zane. You need to come in here. Your mom says you're in trouble.
Oh. I know.
No, she wants you.
I do need
That is true. So, obviously being a stout, 7 whole layers.
What is that?
It tastes like a coffee because stouts
Oh.
always...
Okay. Okay.
Oatmeal or English stout. Doesn't know whether it wants to be a milk, oatmeal, or English stout. Okay.
So, DC, DCU, because it's not the DCEU anymore. It's now just the DCU,
You got the DCU?
is imploding right now.
No, I don't think they're imploding. They're adjusting.
Well, here's my problem. Like, I like James Gunn, don't get me wrong. Like, I hope he does great things with this.
He will.
But apparently he was their last choice.
I think that's somebody running their mouth because you heard about that. Who did they say? Who was the other director who said they offered it to him first?
I didn't see that. I just saw this. He was their last choice, and I was like, what a way to start, your...
I think that's somebody running their mouth because you always hear that. Well, they chose, they were asking everybody, and it's like, whatever.
So, rumor is that
Rumor has it.
Carl
Carl
from The Walking Dead
Carl!
is their leading contender to be Superman.
A young one. If you reboot... I know, we're all angry because Henry Cavill.
You're not talking about Kyle Carl?
No.
Carl!
We'll get to that Carl in a little while.
Yeah, that Carl. You think calling somebody out on a nationwide... this is
I know.
thousands of viewers, and you think calling him out, he would actually want to have a drink with us.
Yeah.
Being our supposed number 1 fan, he's the number 1 person who watches as soon as I post him. No. Carl!
So disappointed, sir.
That's okay. We got somebody who doesn't get invited to certain things with the boys. We're going to invite him out, and he'll show up on camera for us, I guarantee it.
It's pretty sad when that guy is going to be more reliable than Carl.
And we're going to get him drunk.
I don't know. That's going to be a tall order. If you
And we're going to get him to go, Carl! So, what else?
Um,
Besides, he's a leading contender right now to be the
Yeah.
young Superman.
my worry is they're gonna try the whole New 52.
That's what I think. The whole thing is with Flash. I think Flash is the last one, isn't it? They could do that though, because you're gonna have Keaton. They were gonna have Cavill in it, and they say they're gonna cut out Cavill's part. And I'm like, well, keep it in there. Use it as a reboot. If you're gonna do that, keep it in there and have Flash screw up the timeline so bad it's explainable.
Yeah.
You know, I do not agree, and people are gonna probably get mad at me. I'm sorry. I like Jason Momoa. Don't bring him back as the obvious Lobo. Come on, he's got long hair. So
Yeah.
he's also got a ghost white skin, doesn't he?
Yeah.
They're just gonna rewrite Lobo for that.
I think
They
that,
should go with somebody else.
well,
Mason.
yes, but I think what we're gonna get is Khal Drogo, who speaks English,
Khal Drogo.
from Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Yeah, they're gonna get the Jason Momoa from Game of Thrones who speaks English, and that's what they're gonna get. And I don't know. He may pull.
I like Jason Momoa. I'm not gonna say he's a bad actor.
He may pull it out of the bag. I mean.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I just
would
want
say
no new blood. That's
Yes.
me. If you're gonna reboot everything, don't bring back somebody in a different capacity.
Yeah. I mean, I look at it this way. So, I mean, he hasn't played the character before, but I look at it with the same kind of, like, with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
Yeah.
The first iteration of Deadpool in that Wolverine movie
awful.
was trash. And
everyone knows it.
and even he knew it. And
Yeah.
he was like, no, I gotta make it up to everybody.
Yeah.
And then he pulled Deadpool out of his ass, and it was amazing. I mean, they're on number 3 right now, so.
I don't know about amazing, but it was a lot better. Yeah, I'll say it. I'm not a big Deadpool fan. Sorry. It was very
Oh,
generic.
I'm sorry. How's that Grendel series on Netflix going, sir?
What? I'm sorry, Netflix. If you got to go to Netflix, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel
Yeah.
anyway, obviously, because they'll cancel some before. Yeah.
They've got my Avatar: The Last Airbender they're working on.
Oh
and I
yeah,
feel
they'll
like
just
it's gonna be-
cancel
yeah,
it, you know.
Right
Oh.
before they'll put a trailer out, it's gonna look amazing, and then they'll go.
No, or they'll get a first season out.
Yeah.
And be like, oh.
Yeah.
But Wednesday is supposed to be got over 1 billion views. It's supposed to be the most viewed Netflix show ever. I'm sorry, if it get canceled between number 2 filming,
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, that's Netflix.
Yeah.
Anything else with the DCU? Supposedly, Zachary Levi went on Twitter, and some thinking he was an apologist, trying to weigh the balance between Gunn and Snyder and all this stuff going on, trying to keep his job. And it's like, I like Zachary Levi. Do I think he's right for Shazam? The kids like him. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Shazam is never a make it or break it for me.
Yeah.
I think Sandberg does a good job directing them. They've been okay. To me, if it moves on or not, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
I think what they need to do is stop with the extra characters right now, like Shazam, and they need to focus on the core
Of the
members
Justice
of the
League.
Justice League. And then once they get a Justice League movie out that is actually decent,
Yeah, not ridiculous.
yes, then you can start adding in more characters,
Yes.
like they did with Marvel.
They don't want to do that, though. They want to go this different route, and it's just like...
Hey, there's a
Infuriating.
formula that works. Let's try our own formula.
Well, it's just like the Green Lantern that their HBO Max was working on, and it was going to be based on my favorite redheaded stepchild, and they've moved on to that. They've totally revamping it. And I don't blame them because it was odd for them to base it off of him anyway, and they're going with Jon Stewart, which is fine. But I wish they would have started that because that would have been the more logical choice, and you could have saved time,
Yeah.
money. I mean, we knew the Hal Jordan with Ryan Reynolds didn't work, and Jon Stewart was the next obvious choice because he's one of the more popular ones,
Yeah. So Carl disagrees with me,
Uh-oh.
but what's his name? Egerton, The guy that was in
Taron Egerton,
he was the one in
Elton John.
yes,
Yes, and he was also in
Kingsman.
Kingsman.
Yes. I think if you're gonna go with a younger Clark Kent,
Oh, that would be a good one.
I think he would be a good Bruce Wayne.
Oh. But you got Pattinson. Pattinson's young enough. You could keep Pattinson around.
Yeah.
Why you want to throw another one? Just bring Pattinson since he's young, I think. That's my opinion. I think he
Yeah.
did a jam-up job in the Batman.
Oh, yeah, I love that movie.
You know?
But I just don't. Seeing where they're going with things, I don't think he's going to continue to be. He might have his own little standalone thing, but
Yeah. That's the whole thing, is they're confusing crap out of...
yeah,
You haven't got to see Black Adam yet.
we need to. What we need is we need to have all these movies. We'll get these new actors in, and then we'll have the Justice League, and then we'll have a follow-up movie where we have time travel, and we'll have George Clooney come in as Old Man Batman.
Old man Batman. Then we'll have Val Kilmer as well.
Yeah.
We'll have all of them.
Don't forget Mr. Freeze.
Oh, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Old man Freeze. Yeah.
So my question with that is, I mean, everybody tears that movie apart.
Which one?
The was that Forever, where it was
There's Forever and Batman and Robin.
whichever one had Schwarzenegger as
I think that's Forever
Freeze.
with Jim Carrey as well. Or it was Jim Carrey, the one with Two-Face.
I don't remember.
Yeah, there's Poison Ivy. I think there's
So-
Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze.
I think all those actors that they picked for those roles as the villains, if it hadn't been a corny comedic script,
Yeah.
like you brought them back, as a one-off, in a movie, not as like a main villain, but they're there for whatever reason, but it was a serious. I bet they could pull it off.
Oh, yeah. It was just done in such a comical sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole thing that I think ruined it. Sorry. Washing glasses.
Always wash your glasses.
And watch out for the BBD.
Yes, it sneaks up on you, gets you from behind.
You're the one who got 3 of them. But we'll come back with some more stuff. All right, I guess it decided to record on itself. So what do we got, Spence?
Beer wise, beer show. We have beers for this show. We have Champagne of the South, Creature Comforts Brewing Company, Athens, Georgia. We got the Athena Berliner Weiss,
That's going to be a sour.
4.5% alcohol. A German-style tart wheat ale.
Yes. And what else we want to talk? Right now we're watching a show. I got them on HBO. It's basically True TV. I think it's called 101 Places to Die Before You Die. And they go out and eat, and then they drink and have fun things. And Spencer wants to do that now.
I do.
Go out on 3-day weekends and just
We'll record it.
record it.
Yeah.
It's prosperity. It's for show,
Yes.
right?
Let us know. Do you think we should do that?
I mean, we just got through the first episode where they talk about the DDD.
Yes.
When we're talking about the
BBD.
BBD,
Yes.
and now there's a DDD.
Yes. So.
It's very light, as you can see, because it's a sour.
Okay.
It's a light sour.
That first sip, it was kind of like, is there anything there? But as you drink a little bit more, it's like, okay, there's.
It's there.
So let's see. What else? What else have I seen? So I was telling Simon earlier, the you can never get him down guy, Mr. Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, The Rock.
He's always got a backup plan.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, good on him. not coming back as Black Adam right now. But he's looking at rebooting Zathura, which I thought. Have you seen Zathura?
Yeah.
I thought it was a good movie. Be interesting to see what the reboot is, but they're
Since they rebooted Jumanji.
yeah. Which I mean, if they did it right, if they did it like Jumanji, where it was so they did the reboot, but it was like a continuation almost. You know, the game transformed for the time. He's wanting to do a whole like Jumanji cinematic universe, so
Hey,
we'll see.
whatever. I like him. He's got dreams. He's got hopes. He wants
Yeah.
to do something.
I think so. I'm kind of torn because the mystery of where these games came from is kind of like, ooh, it's kind of cool.
You could have it behind the scenes.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, well, you know, should they reveal it or should they not? You know, it's like Yoda and Grogu. Where'd they come from?
That's a whole race. Me and Zane were watching Jedi Tales on Disney Plus, and they brought in Yaddle, and I didn't know anything about Yaddle. I had to look up Yaddle.
She had a one-off scene in one of the prequel movies.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she was in the Jedi Council. I want to say it was at Star Wars Episode 1 when they
The
took
Phantom Menace.
when they took Anakin to the council.
Was she in any of the Clone Wars cartoons?
No,
Really?
yeah. She like I said, she had this one-off spot, and then I liked Ahsoka's little storyline they had.
I seen the first one. Does she come back in a later episode?
Yeah,
Because we got the last. I think we got number 6 left.
and then have you watched the Dooku ones?
Yes, I like Dooku
Those
because
were
it
cool.
explains a lot
Yeah.
about why he became like what he was.
Yeah.
You know. So I do like the Dooku ones. Dooku, like you do.
I still have to finish Andor. I forgot about
Yeah, well, I still have to. He's not been in the mood, and I'm like, I just want to watch it without him. Because we're going through the amazing world of Gumball, like all the time, and I love Gumball.
Yeah.
But it's like we're missing all this other stuff.
Have y'all watched Loud House?
He likes to watch Loud House. I've watched an episode or two.
I like Loud House. That one's pretty decent. We watched. So, I'm gonna send Simon some of the clips, and you can throw them in here and there. But we just went on a cruise, and did some
We
videos.
didn't go on a
that
cruise.
My wife and I and kids, but I tried some of the beers there, so I have some clips that Simon can throw in. But one of the things they have in the room is it's called Nick on Board, and so it's got like Nickelodeon shows, and they'll show like it's like 4, 5, 6 episodes, and it's a block of just that show, and then they'll go to the next one, and sometimes they repeat themselves, so we got to see the same.
Damn thing.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
let's see.
Is there anything coming out of it? You said on Disney Plus they're erasing. Was that what my wife was saying? They're
Your
erasing
wife
Phase 4.
Yeah, they're getting rid of Marvel shows.
The Phase 4 though, because they're not as successful as they need to be. It's like, well, you still have to count them.
They have a hard drive at Disney headquarters, and they're like, "We're running out of room. Let's."
That's what I'm starting to think. It's like you think they'd have enough money for servers, you know? Be like, oh, let's just buy another building and we'll put more servers. Just like the big thing, like I was telling you, was the rumor mill is that they're going to try to sell off in the first quarter ESPN, which is their freaking the sports is a money making freaking fiend for them.
Yeah. So, I wonder, because you saw the whole thing with
They brought Bob Iger back.
yeah, they got rid of the last CEO.
The guy
got
who
the-
he trained to be
Yeah.
replacement. Like, was this a trap?
did he? I'm wondering, like, did he like run the damn thing on the ground, and they're having to play like
Catch up?
yeah.
I wouldn't doubt, but you don't know.
We don't run multi-billion-dollar, but maybe trillion-dollar companies, so we don't know.
I'm lucky to run $1,000 household.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see what comes of Disney in the 2023 coming up.
Yeah.
You know, and I did read that they were coming out with a new Alien movie.
Yeah. Alien Romulus.
That it was what's his name? He did the new Evil Dead movie, and he pitched the idea to Ridley Scott years ago, and then suddenly, in a few weeks ago or something, Ridley's like, "Hey, you want to do it?" And he's like, "Yes."
Speaking of new movies
Yes.
from old franchises, I just watched a clip earlier today of Kevin Smith, and he was talking about the next couple movies he wants to do.
Yeah.
And apparently, he went to Universal because Universal owns the rights to Mallrats. And
Well, Harvey Weinstein. No, yeah, they do. Harvey Weinstein owns Dogma, I think.
yeah, he went to Universal and said, "I want to make Mallrats 2." And they told him to write a script, so they wrote it. They went up to the, I guess, the board or whatever. And of course, he was joking around. He was like, "Yeah, they read it, they looked at it, and they looked at me and said, 'This is neither Fast nor Furious, so we can't make this.'" And so, I guess they have a division.
Had no dinosaurs in it.
Yeah, I guess they have a division. I'll come back to that in a second. They have a division of, I guess, where they make movies that have a budget of $5 million or less that go straight to DVD.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I can work that. I can do that." Well, apparently the budget after everything was going to be like $6.5 million.
Yeah.
Because they had to add in for all the COVID restrictions and testing and everything else. And he was like, he goes, "We didn't get to do that." But then he went to another company, and I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head. He went to them, and they asked him, they're like, "What do you want to do? Like, we like your stuff. You're a successful director. What do you want to do?" And he told him, he was like, "Well, I want to do Mallrats too, but Universal owns the rights." And they're like, "Well, we work with Universal. Let us talk to them." So we might be getting Mallrats too soon.
Well, there was talks of a time he wanted to do a series. He's been wanting to do something with the characters off Mallrats.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I wish that's where Hollywood screws over people with original ideas. Like I said, Dogma, Weinstein owns the rights. So if you have a copy, you're lucky because they're not going to print anymore. Of course, he's in jail, and he's told Kevin to go F himself.
Yeah.
Unless he came up with, I think it was $5 million. But if that's the whole thing, maybe if this works out for him, maybe this other studio would be like, "Hey, what if we buy this?"
Yeah.
Because if you have an original idea, you should own the rights for it. That's what sucks.
So, and I've got to remember it because it's such a weird title. Have you seen the trailer for, I think it's called 52 or 62?
65 or
60.
62?
Yes.
The time travel kind of. Like he lands on a planet, but it's the dinosaurs
Yeah.
around. They go into the future, go to the past.
Yeah, Adam Driver.
It looks interesting.
I am stoked for that, man, because it looks... I mean, some people are like, "Oh, it looks like Alien," or "It looks like Jurassic Park," and I'm like, it's an original story with a decent actor. I'm in.
Yeah.
So
That's the whole thing. It's like sci-fi. There's so many things you can do, and like horror, and so they end up repeating the same.
it reminded me. The trailer reminded me of it was an old, I don't know if it was Twilight Zone or Outer Limits episode, and it was like there was this war going on in space, right? And there was this guy, and he was the commander of this ship, and he gets shot down over this planet, and it's in the middle of like nowhere, and so
Gaseous Maximus.
he gets shot down on this planet. Ship crashes. He realizes he can't send out a distress signal, so he's stuck, and so he starts trying to figure out what he's going to do, and he comes across this woman that's there.
Right across her.
Yeah. But she's got on like rags and stuff, like she's been there for a little while. And he was like, he's like, "Is there anybody else here?" And she was like, "No." And he was like, "Okay." And she's like, "I guess, we got to figure out how to live together here." And he goes, "Okay." He's like, "What's your name?" And she's like, "My name is Eve. What's yours?" And he's like, "I'm Commander Adam."
Oh. That's interesting.
Yeah, it was like
Have you seen Nope yet?
Not yet, no.
Well, I saw it.
Good, bad?
It's good.
Okay.
But it wasn't what I was thinking it was. See, we
His
might have talked
never
about this
are.
last time. I don't remember if we talked about that last time.
His never are.
Yeah, I
You
love it. I
start
can't wait
watching-
to see what else Jordan Peele comes out
Yeah.
with. That's the whole interesting. But we'll be back after we watch another episode of 101 Places before you die.
How's it going, guys? Spencer from the Brew Pillars here. I've got a orange infused red frog Caribbean wheat. Jason. We're on day 2 of a 7-day cruise to the Caribbean. We're going to Cozumel, Grand Cayman, and Montego Bay, Jamaica. I'll hit you up with some more drinks as I'm getting them. Here's to go.
He's just been chewing donkey ass or something. I'm sharing this beauty with Spencer. He doesn't even know he's drinking. So he'll have to read the label afterwards.
Okay.
You're not allergic to anything, are you?
Nope. Not that I know of yet. We gonna find out. Ah. Ah.
You really? Was it?
Oh.
No?
Don't do it.
It's good stuff.
No, it's not.
I bet you Katie would like it.
Oh my god.
Katie's gonna find out after.
Whew. Are we doing another one?
No, that's for Katie. That's gonna be for Wendy. Wait, we'll do this drink first.
Okay.
It's not going anywhere. I got Spring Street Saison out of Birmingham, Alabama. Avondale Brewing. Don't know the percentage, it's not written on it.
You'll be fine.
It'll be okay. It's always okay. I love Saisons myself. They're a little weird, but
Yeah.
it's trying to clean the pumpkin out.
It
isn't
is. It's not the beer. It's
it? It's getting rid of the pumpkin.
chocolate and that mess. Whew.
Just throwing everything at him.
Okay. See. You go. Okay. Let's see. Got anything else?
I heard the rumor that one person has refused to work with Will Smith now, and that's Tom Cruise.
Oh my god.
How many people have refused to work with Tom Cruise?
I would refuse to work with Tom Cruise. I would in my contract, like for everything.
No green M&Ms and no Tom Cruise.
No Tom Cruise, unless
Unless what?
unless he is playing his character from Tropic Thunder.
Oh,
That is the only way.
that was a great character.
Yes.
And if you haven't seen Tropic Thunder, I don't know where you've been.
Says the guy that I
Tropic
just
Thunder's
found out.
great.
I just found out tonight he has not seen Old School
I haven't.
or Idiocracy.
I haven't. Have you seen Four Lions?
Yeah, you gave it to me to watch.
Oh yeah. Forgot. I was trying to educate you.
That was. I think it's okay. This is a tough topic. So
Four Lions is a British comedy
about 4 terrorists.
for Muslim terrorists.
Yes. It's a good. I'll put it this way. I don't agree with what has been done, or what's been done, right, on the terrorist side of things. But that is a good movie to watch to see the other side.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It humanizes. It makes
Yeah.
it very human, and it kind of shows that everyone, we all think this is evil thing,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, they're just like us, and they do the same silly things that any other basic Christian or any other
Yeah.
religious, and yeah, and you could be led astray because there's this, they've been led if you
Yeah.
watch the movie, and it's a great movie, and it's a different side of things.
Mm-hmm.
I just lent it to another coworker, so I'm waiting for his response. But
Yeah, that just made me think of that other movie you had me watch too. It was that Russian. God, I'm trying don't remember exactly what the plot.
Vampire?
Well, it was basically there was this kid who was like the chosen one, and each one of these other individuals had like abilities or whatever. And at the end of it, like the kid ends up murdering the big bad guy. It was really weird. I can't remember exactly what the whole plot, because it was more than just one movie. It was like 1 or 2 or 3.
Was
movies.
that Night Watch and Day Watch?
Yes, Night Watch and Day Watch. Yeah.
By Timber Beckhamoff, I think it is. Yeah, he ended up doing Wanted. If you ever saw the Wanted movie,
Yeah.
You know, he came American and
Decent movies. Like
different movies.
I'd watch them again. They were
But right now, we're drinking a saison. Has it tasted? Have you got the other stuff cleared out?
I did, and it's good. I like
Okay.
it. Yeah.
And hopefully by now you've watched. He's gonna send me the clips, so you should have watched them by now. You should then put them right after the last video. Let's see. You want a boat?
Yeah.
You should be singing "I'm on a boat." You should do karaoke.
I didn't even think about it. I should have, but
Because I haven't been on a boat like that. Sad violin music.
Of our cruise, 7 days going to the Caribbean. I got Parched Pig, West Coast IPA. Got to be a 7 or 8 on the Christmas tree scale. So I'm gonna give you a little looky-loo. Back to you with more beers later.